Oh dear, I just did an entire like 10 or 12 minutes worth of talking at you, and then I found out I was in time-lapse mode, which means there's no audio. Even if I slowed it down, it's silent. That's why there's always music over time-lapse mode. It's a GoPro. So, we weren't quite in sunset and my hands weren't quite this cold yet when I started this, but hey, here I am checking in on a Saturday after a really, really difficult day yesterday. Yesterday got bad. I bicycled, that was fine, I was safe, everything was good. I did bicycle in below freezing to and from, I believe, so the temperature on my house, the temperature reader on the house said 37 degrees. Wait, in the morning, yeah, and then it said 27 when I got home, 27 or 30, which is significantly below freezing. I guess it would be like -3, but we can go look. Let's go see what that number actually is. I've been so overwhelmed this week that I actually have several days worth of eggs that I'm gonna have to pull out of there. So it was right here, so it was like -2 or 3, yeah, it was right there yesterday when I got home, and I finished up the quail mini grow out pen, which I did just post a video about, and I can put the link to that in the description. I don't bother with those cards in the corner because they're buggy and nobody likes them, so we can put the link in the description. But then after I finished the grow out pen, so there's something that's like an allergic reaction for me. Personally, my allergic reaction most severe is, this is gross, gusher nosebleeds. And so I had an allergic reaction to something involved in the construction, and right after I finished it, I started up a nosebleed that probably lost me about a pint of blood. Like, it was just, it was like cutting an artery. It was really, really bad. And I just filled up multiple rags, and I actually had to get styptic powder and just, like, put it on a Q-tip and get it up in there to get it to stop. It eventually reopened a little bit later in the night, and I had to do that all again. And after dealing with all of that, I was just like, during it, I was like, where is my phone? I was having like confusion issues and stuff. And, was like, I better have my phone on me in case I can't get this to stop. Then, you know, if I start to get to the point where we're going to pass out, at least I can dial 911 before that happens and they can location track me or something, you know. But yeah, so everything went fine. I did get it to stop. I felt kind of hungover this morning because of like the combination of not eating and losing a lot of blood. It wasn't a great combination, but I'm safe. I'm healthy. I don't know what I uncovered that I was so allergic to, but whoa, you know. This did used to happen in wood shop in 8th grade. That was why I'd get them so bad, is I think something in certain types of sawdust. Because it's like, I definitely drilled a whole bunch of wood yesterday, but it was once I started drilling the press board. It's not particle board, it's press board, and it's older, and it's been in my basement for a while. And once I started drilling that and having that sawdust, I started sneezing and gagging, and then my nosebleed happened. So that might be a certain type of wood that happens for. I've had them, you know, most of my life. This has been one of my severe allergic reactions, is specifically that. So then in the morning I was all hungover, but I got a call. So another thing that's happening this week and that made this week a little stressful is, so of course we know that the 20th was a certain day, rather monumental for the United States, and the Bernie memes are everywhere. So, and not really thinking about that being a specific day, I did send a message to, you know, the guy we've been calling childhood mechanic? That guy? Yeah, so I sent a message to him saying, hey, any updates, indicating, you know, when am I going to be able to purchase this damn car? Because it's a whole nother month later after you saying, and you know, the expected mid-January date of being able to get hopefully being able to get that title cleared, and he couldn't let me buy it and then get the title. He had to get the title cleared and everything, and yada yada. So I mean, that's all understandable. But then on the 20th, I messaged any updates, and his response was some BS. He responded back, not today. I'm really sad with everything happening in this country. And you know, me having been working all day and not really being online or paying attention, I was like, what, do we get some riots? Like, are we in full-on civil war or something like that? Nope, he's a Trumpster. So, that was just such a rude response after I've been waiting since literally October. Regardless of, you know, not wanting to support a certain type of political person, that's just incredibly inconsiderate to respond that way after I've been waiting on you about a car since October, and we're now late January, and I've been bicycling 6.5 miles each way for work while waiting. Are you kidding me? What the actual bleep? I am so mad, you know? I mean, even if I don't want to support a certain type of person because, hey, on a better note though, I'm hearing that I got my right to travel safely and be able to see a doctor on the road back. Something that happened about 2 years ago was a kibosh on federal mandate to tell doctors they actually do have to treat people whether they agree with their existence or not. So that's back, and that's very nice because I'm pretty sure I can safely travel in the United States again. Luckily, I live in a county where the protections are in place. That's really, really nice because it didn't directly impact me as long as I didn't travel, and without a car, where was I going to go, you know? So getting a car, and it sounds like I got my right to get medical treatment back on the road. That's a transgender thing. For those that don't know, there's 34 states where it is not statewide protection and non-discrimination for LGBTQIA identities is, well, specifically actually applies to LGBT because Q, depending on whether you're saying queer or questioning, and then intersex, that's, I mean, what doctor's going to turn a person away? Maybe, but like, how can you agree with or disagree with that? For the doctor and asexual, I don't think that they'd turn people away for being asexual, but for being lesbian, gay, bi, or transgender, you could have housing, medical, and those kind of discriminations perfectly well. In 34 states, it was a state-by-state mandate as to whether that was included in non-discrimination laws or not. The federal mandate was for other things, not gayness, not transness. And so I would not necessarily have the right to see a doctor if I traveled outside of my county. In Pennsylvania, it is Allegheny County for Pittsburgh and Philadelphia County, or whatever the heck county Philadelphia is in. I actually don't know. And then if you go west, you're not protected again until you're in Colorado. And if you go south, you're pretty well effed from here down as well. So, except for Morgantown, West Virginia. Good to go there. Yeah, so I got my right to travel back. I'm getting a car on Thursday. It was quite a rigmarole getting the car because I was supposed to get it today. Did not get it today because document problems. The first document problem was, and they didn't stipulate, like they don't describe these things well on their website. So this went through Carvana, and when I uploaded my driver's license, it kept rejecting, and I think it's because the robots couldn't read it because there's a reflective surface on PA driver's license. And then I'm uploading, and finally take one with the GoPro, and then it got rejected. And so this time I was like, all right, I'm going to take a scan and upload it. Well, it doesn't say on their website on Carvana that scanning a driver's license won't be accepted because apparently it's some sort of fraud risk. I don't know how that works, but I believe them. That's fine. But, you know, they could at least say so, you know? Like, they could at least say so. Jeez. So it got rejected again, and then they can't really reach me too well at work because I work 3 stories underground, and that makes the phone, even if you're on Wi-Fi service, like a lot of times I can't hear them when it comes up. The Wi-Fi is pretty decent, but it wasn't doing too good yesterday. And so they say I missed that deadline, and even though they were able to get me a car by like 48 hours later when I ordered it, then it was a whole week later, so it's now going to be Thursday. And my on-site day currently is typically Fridays, and my hours are really weird those days, and it's all good stuff. But now, instead of having all week to sort it out, it's like literally the day before. So that's a little exhausting, but you know, you do what you got to do, I guess. Hopefully, I'll be able to just use one of the car chargers. My work has electric vehicle chargers available. It's actually a really good, and I think the electric vehicle is going to be really very permaculture pertinent. And I think that because you know, it's a very eco way to have a vehicle overall, and the Leaf does have a battery recycling program available, so that's really good. So it's not even like gonna be just like a whole big ball of lithium waste at the end. It's a recyclable product, and they do have a functioning recycling tree through Nissan for that. And there's at least 30 car charging ports for electric vehicles within sight of the frame right now. You can see 30 charge ports from here. I promise you, they're all over the place. And then right about where my bus stop has always been, like a few blocks away from where my bus stop has always been, so within walking distance, there is a solar panel in my town that they have a free car charger, stage 2, hooked right into it, and then you can also just plug it into a regular outlet. It just takes longer. It takes like, to get a full charge, it can take like 12 hours, but you know, if you plug in when you get home from work, you're good for the next day. But also my work has a stage 2 charger, which only takes about 6 to 8 hours at work for free, and it'll be fully charged by the time I'm done with my work day. So everything's gonna be fine, but holy cow, that was stressful because my insurance company apparently is overwhelmed. Very, very overwhelmed. And getting a human to respond to me in any way, shape, or form took 2 days. And then I was, between talking to people and being on hold, I was on the phone for an hour and a half after Carvana woke me up from my like nosebleed-induced hungover stupor at noon. I slept a lot, and told me that if I didn't get it sorted out in the next 2 hours with the insurance documents having the car on it, the specific car I was about to buy, that they would have to delay it a whole nother week. And then that puts me potentially having to bicycle again in sleet, because that's what's expected for next Friday, and I don't want to have to do that. So this has been pretty dang intense of a process, and then it got compounded by my health yesterday. It's just an allergic reaction that I get sometimes. It's just like an absolute spurter of a nosebleed, and it sucks, and it's gross, and it's annoying, but you know, I'm safe and everything's okay. But yeah, so I think what I'll be talking about a little bit from here and there is, with the electric vehicle, I want to kind of destigmatize electric vehicles for folks, because you know, a lot of people are like, you can't get anywhere, it has a really short range, there's nowhere to charge them, it's not gonna last that long, yada yada yada. And with all the research I've done, in the UK, Nissan Leafs are the taxi vehicle. In the US, Priuses are the taxi vehicle. Like, that's what taxi fleets are made out of anymore. They don't do anything else. So they're not a problem. The reason it's UK for the Leaf is because typically you're not going to have a super long taxi ride in the UK because they're on a frippin' island. Like, you know, if you request a really long taxi ride, you might have to get a special vehicle sent to you, but how far are you actually going to go in a taxi in the UK? Like, it's not going to be that bad. So these are really good vehicles. They're very low maintenance. Regenerative braking is built in, unlike my bicycle, and they charge pretty quickly and on any type of power, and the infrastructure is very, very present now, and I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a fun learning experience too. Like, I don't think I'll end up stranded, but I am going to be really cautious about learning how to range it and everything. I'm not going to like push it to its limits right away. I'm going to get a feel for how much it eats in the battery and all of that sort of thing, rather than, you know, try and run the wheels off of it right away. You know, I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be really fun. And I think what we're gonna do now is go out there and let you watch the sunset, because it's starting to get a little bit pretty. And I'll just put you in fast mode and we'll go watch the sunset. But it's been a big few days. That box is still here. And I just wanted to tell you what's been going on, because, you know, as minor as buying a car seems like it should be, there's been a lot surrounding it. And then, you know, I missed yesterday, and that was almost entirely because of the nosebleed, because it took me a couple hours of, you know, slowing it down, but it didn't stop, and then trying to slow it down again, and yeah, that was rough. So yeah, it's significantly below freezing today. Which direction do you want to see it in? We saw it in that direction last, and that is the side that the sunset actually goes down on. Why don't we watch this side till it's dark and then turn it around for the rest? Oop. What do you think? That's pretty. So I'm gonna switch you over to fast mode. Let me know if you have questions about anything I talked about, or whatever. This is not like directly, I mean, this is permaculture. People care. Earth care for the car. People care for me getting my rights back. My right to see a doctor and have housing and have a job. Yay, people care. So those are your 2 permaculture principles for today. Thanks for visiting the cliffside. This has been permaculture. Ha! All right, here we go for fast mode.